Hey, it's Cassie from Curry Honda in Chicopee. You're listening to the Bax and Nagle podcast on Rock 102. Come see us at Curry Honda for the best selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Experience the best at Curry Honda. Thanks for listening.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 5:51, and Pink Floyd with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It is 27 right now in downtown Springfield.
Hollywood Trash is brought to you by Western Mass Masons. Call them for all your foundation and chimney needs.
Somehow you still care about what's happening in Hollywood. So, from Tinseltown, 3,000 miles away, it's Steve Nagle's Hollywood Trash.
Let's see. The 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction nominees have been revealed. We talked about them yesterday, sparking excitement in the world of music.
From who?
People. The Hall of Fame celebrates artists who have made a lasting impact on rock and popular music, considering influence, legacy, and creativity. The mix of legendary names and surprising contenders on this year's list represents different eras, sounds, and styles. Fans are already debating who deserves a spot in music history as the selection process evaluates artistic creativity, cultural impact, and long-term influence. Induction into the fame is a symbol of greatness and a milestone in an artist's career, connecting them to past legends and honoring their lasting contributions to music. But Phish has not been included in this year's inductees.
I got news for you. There's a lot of them that haven't been included and probably should.
Well, but here's another instance where the headline says, Phish not included among Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's 2026 induction nominees despite dominating last year's fan vote. There's no mention of Phish in that story that I just read you, even though that's the headline associated with the story.
So in other words, the guy that wrote the story is a big fan of Phish.
I guess so. Yeah, well, Phish didn't get in.
Yeah, well, there's probably like 5,000 others that could have been considered, too.
Phil Collins, who we talked about that, too, received his first ever solo nomination for the Hall of Fame, and his daughter Lily expressed her pride on Instagram. Lily, known for her role in Emily in Paris, is Phil's only daughter with his second wife. Phil, previously inducted as a member of Genesis, has been eligible for a solo nomination since 2006.
He was in Genesis?
Yeah, well, if he was already in there with Genesis, I mean, it really doesn't... You already got a prize.
Yeah, but the thing is, they, like, all the Beatles are in because of their solo work. Mm-hmm. Even Ringo. So, I mean, you can go in as both.
Each one of them are separate?
Yes.
Wow. With multiple awards and 100 million records sold, Phil is a strong contender for the Rock Hall induction this year. Fan voting is now open, yada, yada, yada. It's not going to be anybody you want.
And your fan voting represents 1% of the final vote. So
fan voting doesn't mean jack squat.
Nope.
Let's see. Harry Styles addressed rumors about his hairline on a recent episode of a YouTube talk show, jokingly referencing the speculation.
And that is?
Speculation about his hair has been circulating since 2022 with rumors of a hair transplant or a hairpiece. Styles has evolved from a childlike style to a playful and innovative fashion sense, defying gender norms with his unique choices.
In other words, he hasn't gotten a haircut.
Check out his incredible style evolution in the gallery.
Wow, boy. Wow. Could you send me that link?
No, I'm not going to. I am not going to do that.
You know, I probably need a haircut, too.
Mm-hmm.
Been letting it grow just to see what happens.
Yeah.
And there's all these people that did all these, I don't know, they did all these photoshopped images of me. There's there's one with me with a bowl cut. There's one of me that looks like a hockey player after a fight.
Yeah.
There was another one that was great, too. But, yeah, people are having fun with hair. I don't have any fake hair. It's all mine. Every single one of them. Oh, I got a luxurious head of hair.
Yeah, I don't have any of that. I told you, I look like a level 3 poster when I start growing mine out. It's got that ring.
I think you
level
should do
3
it.
ring.
I think you should give it a try.
I don't think I should.
Give it a year. Let's see.
No, a year.
6 months.
It'll look like a troll doll with alopecia. Zootopia 2 has become the top-grossing domestic release of 2025, surpassing the Minecraft movie at the box office. There you go.
All right.
The sequel has set multiple records, including highest-grossing film internationally and worldwide. Disney's successful theatrical run in 2025 was fueled by hits like Zootopia 2, Lilo and Stitch, and Avatar, pushing global ticket sales past $6 billion. Yet, we need more money for your Disney Plus subscription. It's very important.
Yes, because they're losing their shirt over there.
Yep. Cardi B's appearance on the 1000th episode of SNL reportedly turned chaotic backstage due to a joke about Nicki Minaj during dress rehearsals. Cardi allegedly destroyed equipment and threatened to leave the show over the joke, which referenced Minaj's affiliation with Donald Trump. Despite the tense situation, Cardi performed as scheduled, and the joke was ultimately cut from the broadcast. The incident is the latest chapter in the ongoing feud between Cardi B and Nicki Minaj, with no charges or filed or formal complaints reported. All right.
Wow. Okay. A lot going on in that woman's life.
Both of them. Her
Yes.
and Nicki Minaj.
I know, but just broke up with just broke up with a boyfriend.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
Newly released police video shows former WWE CEO Vince McMahon's high-speed car crash in Connecticut last summer. Did you see the video of this?
I did.
Where he was driving over 100 miles an hour on the Merritt Parkway. The 80-year-old McMahon explained he was rushing to his granddaughter's birthday because you wanted her to make sure that she had a dead grandfather by the time she showed up.
Because he wanted to be the talk of the party.
Do you know how hard it is to go 100 miles an hour on the Merritt Parkway without crashing into anything?
I've never... Well, I mean, the Merritt Parkway can be a little speedy, but
Yeah.
100 miles an hour, that's taken a little far.
The crash resulted in minor injuries, and McMahon was cited for reckless driving. His lawyer stated that the incident was just an accident, and he has since stepped down from his roles at WWE amid sexual misconduct allegations. But the speeding is the thing that I should be forgiven for.
Forget about all that other stuff. Pay no attention.
Pay no attention to the allegations behind the curtain or in that lawsuit.
His behavior on the Merritt Parkway is completely inexcusable.
Absolutely. According to unnamed sources, Kim Kardashian has been smugly predicting Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce love fest to be doomed and will end in public disaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she must have had something to say.
Oh my God, the last time I watched something blow up in someone's face that hard was when Ray J painted my tonsils while I gave him a deep-rooted taint tune-up in that sex tape you could purchase on YouPorn for $39.95. You ever have a taint tune-up?
No, I just let things be.
You gotta put your tongue on the spark plugs, put them back in there.
Yeah, right. Caitlin?
I never got that down and dirty with your mother, Chris Kim, but I did once butter her meat curtain with my stash wax while we slow danced to Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins.
What is that Return to Pooh Corner song? I walked in and saw her scuba diving in Gash Canal like it was a Mariana Trench with lip fillers.
What are you trying to say?
What I'm trying to say is after an hour of motorboating that ham hammock, my face looked like I got slapped by a jellyfish soaked in Aquanet and regret.
Wow.
You ever have is it Aquanet or Aquanet?
It's Aquanet.
Yeah, there you go. And that's your Hollywood trash on Rock 102.
EDU.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember back when everyone was talking about Drake May of the Patriots being a potential contender to become the league MVP? That conversation started about 15 minutes into the season. Of course, Drake May didn't become the league MVP. That award went to some other guy. Nevertheless, the reason why Drake May didn't win certainly didn't have anything to do with him not playing enough football. Why am I bringing this up nearly a month after the Super Bowl? Well, in the NBA, the league's two best players are suddenly in danger of becoming ineligible to be being named the league MVP. This isn't because these guys suddenly started to suck like most people who don't become MVPs. They're in danger of losing out after violating a new NBA rule about playing time. According to reports, both Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Oklahoma City and Nikola Jokic from the Denver Nuggets are both in danger of being disqualified thanks to a new rule which prevents any player from winning a postseason award after missing more than 17 regular season games. Jokic has already missed 16, and Gilgeous-Alexander has missed 11 and will need to play in at least 16 of the Thunder's last 22 remaining regular season games, which doesn't sound like such a tough thing, except he's coming off a painful abdominal strain, which has kept him on and off the court since February 3rd. Not to be critical or nothing, but if you've missed between 11 and 16 regular season games, and you're still considered to be an MVP favorite, I think that says more about the other 523 players in the NBA who are just taking up space. Meanwhile, you'll have these two broken down guys playing their asses off in between medical appointments. To me, that shouldn't be a violation of the rules. That should be worth another trophy. Because it seems to me these guys are just about carrying everybody else on their shoulders, and if that's the case, no wonder they keep getting hurt. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. Hey, you got enough Carhartt in the house? Pretty sure you don't. That's why you can always go to Rocky's for Carhartt workwear. Durable, warm, fantastic. Carhartt hoodies available right now at your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Springfield's Classic Rock at 612 and Van Halen with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It is 27 right now in downtown Springfield. How about we rip into the old mailbag?
Letters. Oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mailman, mailman, mail today. Oh, letters. Oh, we get letters. Oh, boy. Ding dong. Now, we should point out, it's not actually a letter to us.
Well, it's a letter to all of us.
It's a letter to a specific guy.
Yeah.
But I think we can all share in the gloriousness of it all.
Let me see. Read the full letter here. This is from Mayor Dom Dom to President John Dolivas. John, don't leave us.
Yeah, right.
Dear President and CEO Dolivas, crossed out John. I am very disappointed to have been recently made aware of secret discussions between yourself and the former Massachusetts Convention Center Authority Executive Director Marcel Vernon Sr. about potentially relocating the hoop hall tournaments from Springfield, the birthplace of basketball, to Boston.
Which is not the birthplace of basketball.
No, he said from Springfield.
Yeah, Springfield is. Boston's not.
I am also upset upon hearing that you tried to keep the purpose of this meeting between you and Mr. Vernon a secret, not only from Springfield, but from the Mass Convention Center Authority, when the issues you claim to be hindering this event have never been discussed with my administration, our state delegation, or tourism and hospitality officials. I am concerned that you were taking covert actions to try to hijack this event to Boston, and just like what the Hall of Fame did to the Mayflower Marathon.
Yes!
You were going to leave the city of Springfield, the greatest Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau, Springfield College, and all of our community partners out of the discussion until executive decisions were already made to relocate this multi-million-dollar event out of Springfield. This action would have a significant negative impact on our local tourism revenue and its associated economic opportunities to hotels and businesses. I am left believing that you, in your capacity as president and CEO of that Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame and as a board member to the greatest Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau, do not have Springfield and Western Massachusetts in our best interests.
Pow!
That you actively looking to remove marquee events that generate millions of dollars of positive development and business into our local economy is troubling. This seems to go directly against what we are collectively working for, to promote and develop Springfield and Western Massachusetts as a visitor destination to drive economic vitality, enhance tourism, and promote the quality of life in our communities. Your comments that this is a call to action and that officials are now ready to have substantive discussion about meeting these needs of more hotel rooms and gym space is disingenuous and insulting.
Take that!
At no time have you brought these concerns to my attention or to the attention of my Chief Development Officer, Tim Sheehan. If you had brought these concerns to my administration's attention, we could have worked together, along with our community stakeholders and businesses, to find a plausible and mutually beneficial situation. Pow! As you well know, Springfield and the greater Springfield area have plenty of hotel rooms available to meet demand for the 500 hotel rooms you claim you need. There are approximately 6,400 hotel rooms in the greater Springfield area, with roughly 2,400 of those hotel rooms in Springfield alone. Pow, pow! As for the need for additional gym space, Western New England University and our Springfield Public Schools, including Duggan Academy and some of our middle schools, were made available to help accommodate that demand. If additional gym space is needed, I am confident we could find the space to meet the needs for this signature event that generates $11 to $12 million for our community. Pow! Within the city of Springfield, our Springfield Public School facilities have ample gym space that could potentially be made available, with some schools being able to provide multiple basketball courts. There are 14 schools alone that have over 5,500 square feet of gym space, with the largest being Central High School, which has approximately 13,860 square feet of space.
No, this is only getting better and better.
In addition, the Mass Mutual Center, local colleges, and community centers could potentially serve as overflow sites. There is also the Big E Fairgrounds.
Including the one that Mayor Sarno used to run, the South End Community Center, which has got more than one court.
There is also the Big E Fairgrounds, where the annual Hooplandia event is held, and other various locations in greater Springfield area that could accommodate the increasing numbers of the Hoop Hall Classic, thus keeping this wonderful event and all the positive economic spin-off it creates here in the greater Springfield area. My administration, through the Office of Planning and Economic Development, otherwise known as OPEC, not the oil thing.
The other one.
There's the other oil thing. Has also put out an RFP for sports complex, and we continue to explore and welcome any discussions with potential developers. To put it bluntly, you dropped the ball.
That means two things.
It is especially puzzling since you are a board member of the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau, whose main mission is to attract events and tourism to the Greater Springfield area, and you were working to counter that mission to move a premier event out of the area. Pow, pow! My administration will continue to work with the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau, Mass Convention Center Authority, the Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, and all of our community stakeholders to make sure that the Hoop Hall tournaments stay in Springfield, the birthplace of basketball. Anything less is unacceptable. Please reach out to my Chief Development Officer, Tim Sheehan, as he will be more than happy to work with you to address the issues that you stated so that this event continues to be a tremendous success and major economic boom, not just for Springfield, but for all Western Massachusetts, too. Respectfully, Mayor Dom Dom.
Look at the list of people that he CC'd this letter to.
Board of Governors, Naismith Memorial Hall of Fame, Mary Cray Wydra, President of the Greater Springfield Convention and Visitor Bureau, Eugene Cassidy, Mean Gene Eugene.
That's right.
Eastern States Expo President is Ziamaro De Lobato. Domo arigato,
Ziamaro De Lobato.
VP and Chief of Staff of Economic Development Council, Governor Maura Healy.
Take that.
Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll.
Take that, too.
The Springfield State Delegation.
All of them.
John Barros, Interim Director of the MCCA.
And he means it.
Tim Sheehan, CDO of the City of Springfield.
And somehow it falls into the hands of the Bax and Nagle show.
Well, because it's on the mayor's website.
Oh, well, there's that, too.
For the public
Right.
to read. It's not like a private letter that was...
Right, yeah.
The public letter that was...
CC'd nearly everybody.
You know what? He nailed that one.
He knocked this out of the park. Good. You know what? Nicely done, Mr. Mayor.
Yeah,
Nicely done,
I
Your
think
Honor.
you did a nice job. By the way, the City of Springfield is located at 36 Court Street, Springfield, Massachusetts, 01103-1687. Just in case you wanted to get directly to the office of Dom Dom. Yeah, you know, I agree with him.
Yeah?
I think he's right on the money as far as you. John DeLeva is supposed to be the representative to bring stuff to Springfield, and if you're
Yes.
not bringing the issues that you are complaining about to the actual people that can kind of work these problems out, then what are you doing, man?
You know what you should do? Everyone should take a look at the Basketball Hall of Fame website. And then it'll take you like 5 minutes of your time. Mm-hmm. And then go look at the list of the 22 people that sit on the Board of Governors at the Basketball Hall of Fame. And I would like everybody to try to identify how many of those 22 people are local and have any connection to the city of Springfield whatsoever.
And what did you find out?
Less than 5.
Are actual local people?
Yes, local or have lived local or have been from Massachusetts. It is an astonishingly low number of people who represent the interest of Springfield. So John DeLeva works for that board. John DeLeva lives in Western Mass, sits on the convention bureau, and yet the board is pulling the strings about all these events that they no longer want to be in Springfield. I think there needs to be a requirement for more local participation on that board. It should not be so top-heavy of NBA insiders, business leaders that are not in Massachusetts or Springfield. There needs to be more representation.
Let it be known that on February 26th of 2026, Mayor Dom shot a ball from downtown and landed the three-pointer right in the Hall of Fame.
He just chewed your D Kobayashi style.
Damn!
Yeah!
Damn!
That's what he just did.
Well, there you go. There's your letter.
It's 6:22 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Be a part of an American music.
There you go.
Rock 102, Springfield's classic rock. It's 6:27 and Nirvana with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's gonna be Liam's turn to tell you what the forecast is gonna be, and he'll tell you in just a minute.
Let me tell you how exciting today's show is going to be. I suspect that there will be an appearance today by Marty Caproni. We'll talk about some sort of thing going on tomorrow night. I'm sure he'll have more details. But it's also a Thunderbird Thursday. Your chance to win some pretty nice stuff from the Springfield Thunderbirds. 4 hats, 4 koozies, and 4 tickets to Saturday's game. I believe it's against Charlotte. Well, I'll check that for sure, but I believe that is the prize pack for today.
All right.
Okay.
There we go. You ready to laugh?
Yes.
Let's laugh.
It's Bax and Nagle's Joke of the Day
I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you,
on Rock 102,
I make you laugh.
Springfield's classic rock.
Let's see. A couple of ones here. A young man walks into a supermarket to buy a bar of soap.
Yes.
A toothbrush, toothpaste, a loaf of bread, container of milk, 2 boxes of cereal, and a frozen dinner. The girl at the cash register looks at him and says, "Single, huh?" And the man replies very sarcastically, "How did you guess?" She goes, "'Cause you're ugly." You loser! Get out of my store! What kind of... Where is that? What store is that?
I don't even know.
That's horrible.
6:31 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aquapump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Dude! It's finally happened!
What?
Charlie's Diner in West Springfield is reopened! Oh, man! You gotta go get a big slice of that ham. They got ham. You wouldn't believe this ham. You should try the ham, Bax.
The ham?
The ham.
What's with the ham?
It's delicious. It's succulent. It's any other adjective to describe delicious.
You've had this ham.
I used to eat this ham all the time. I used to work right near there, and we used to go there, grab breakfast sandwiches and breakfast, and then it closed. There was a fire, and then it closed, and now it's reopened.
Tell me more of this ham.
The ham is absolutely delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's picture a cute little pig on a pig farm.
Yeah.
And he just keeps getting fed really, really good feed his
Yeah.
entire life, and then he grows up to be a big, fat hog.
Yeah.
And then he gets slaughtered by the farmer.
Right.
And then he gets chopped up and he's served in many different portions, whether it be chops, bacon, sausage, butts, any of that stuff. And then comes the ham. The ham is smoked so slowly and it just has an aroma to it, like an apple wood aroma to it. And then it gets put on a giant steak.
Yeah.
Not like a meat steak, but like a steak, like a metal steak.
Yes.
And then it gets carved off by the guy at the Charlie's Diner.
You know, I know that there are some people that don't eat ham or pork products, and I weep for those people because they know not what they miss. But I have to say that I, in my own way, respect the sacrifice that pig made for all the rest of us.
That's right. Yeah, Charlie's Diner in West Springfield officially reopened Monday after a fire destroyed the business in August of 2024. The diner has served the community for approximately 80 years and was originally known as Charles Diner. The 2024 fire left the building charred, prompting concerns about whether the classic diner would be able to return to operation. Extensive damage from the fire required the owner to replace nearly everything inside the building. Only a few original items survived the blaze, including the bar stools and the original flooring. A charred Marilyn Monroe statue also remains in the diner as a remnant of the original interior. The rest of the facility has been completely renovated during the 18-month closure. The diner opened its doors Monday during a snowstorm. Owner Michael Alfano noted that while the reopening began in poor weather, the business has become steadily busier each day as residents return. I'm really glad that they're open again.
Well, this is great news.
Yeah.
This is terrific news.
He's maintained the original menu, but added several new items to mark the occasion. These include a specific burger themed around the reopening of the business. A couple of little extras we put on the menu. We put a Charlie's Comeback Burger on just to uprise it for a little bit, and it's been great. They said he's been looking forward to seeing familiar faces return. He expressed hope that the establishment will again become the community fixture it was for the past 8 decades.
You know, this is great news. It's always good when a business comes back and comes back maybe even stronger than ever.
Yeah,
I have to respect that.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, like, think about this. Think about like when the fort had to close, and all of a sudden, Andy Yee and Peter Pignelli, open it up, and all of a sudden it's the gem of the city. And then all of a sudden you get like some other things that have closed and come back. I think this is terrific news.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Now you got me thinking of ham. And why we don't have any in front of us right now.
Well, maybe we need to send our producer down to Charlie's Diner to get a ham.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All right, now we actually have to go to, news. A man has died following a shooting incident on Barton Street in Springfield early Wednesday morning. Springfield police spokesman Ryan Walsh states that on 2 a.m. on Wednesday, officers were sent to the 100 block of Barton Street for a report of a gunshot victim. When officers arrived, a man was found with gunshot wounds. He was taken to Bay State Medical Center, where he later died. The homicide unit, along with the Hamden DA's murder unit, are investigating. If you have any information, you're asked to anonymously text the tip or call the Springfield police. 6 people were arrested on Monday after 2 men were held for 2 days during a Springfield home invasion. The Springfield police states that around 6:50 p.m. on Monday, officers were sent to Walnut Street for a well-being check. When the officers arrived, 2 men stated they had been held against their will for 2 days inside their apartment on Mill Street. One of the men was struck in the head with a firearm. Officers received information that a home invasion had taken place, and one of the suspects, Shareem Brown, was known to the victims. Several other individuals were also involved and were allegedly selling drugs out of the apartment. On Monday, the victims were able to escape the apartment, contact police, and denied medical attention. When the officers arrived at the apartment on Mill Street, 3 suspects were detained inside the apartment and 4 ran away. The 4 runaway suspects, all 16-year-olds, were quickly detained. A loaded firearm.
Wait till their parents find out.
A loaded firearm was recovered from one of the juveniles, along with marijuana from another. The 4 juveniles and the 3 suspects inside the apartment were arrested. 33-year-old Megan DeGrigrio of Springfield is charged with home invasion, kidnapping, possession of a Class A. Shareem Brown is also charged with the same. The Springfield's Detective Bureau is investigating. The names, charges, and booking photos of the juveniles will not be released due to their age. So, we'll be expecting that.
Man, their parents are going to be so pissed.
The FBI has issued a warning to Americans about the rise of ATM jackpotting across the country.
Now, when you say ATM, are you talking about the machine that dispenses money or something else?
Yes, not anything else.
Go on.
Because if we were talking about anything other than an automated teller.
Yes.
Instead of an analysis found that 700 incidents, it would be an analysis found that 700 incidents.
Ah.
Yeah.
I see where you're going.
Anyway, an analysis found that 700 incidents occurred in 2020 alone and accounted for over $20 million in losses. The FBI has identified about 1,900 jackpotting incidents across the country since 2020. Jackpotting happens when individuals or groups use malware to infect ATMs and force them to dispense cash. The FBI's bulletin says the Plotus malware can force the ATM to dispense cash without using a bank card, customer account, or bank authorization. The malware can be used across ATMs of different manufacturers with very little adjustment to the code as the Windows operating system is exploited during the compromise. That's what the FBI guy sounds like.
You know, I know you didn't see Breaking Bad, but there was a scene in there with a couple of drug-addicted meth heads. Had stolen an ATM, and were trying to break into it. And it didn't work.
Yeah.
And so, even when you steal or try to jack an ATM, it ain't so easy to get inside of it.
Well, this isn't jacking the ATM. This is using software to mess with it so it just spits out the money.
God, I wish I had that.
Jackpots tax the ATM, not individual accounts. The FBI says that means robbers can get away with a large cash-out sum in a matter of minutes. It also makes it harder to track down the attackers after they get away. Just last week, a federal grand jury in Nebraska charged 6 people with ATM jackpotting. The Justice Department says this indictment follows a previous one returned in December, alleging that the Tren de Aragua gang conducted the jackpotting attacks across the country. Well, just arrest all the Tren de Aragua gangs.
If only they were that simple. Look who just arrived.
Hey, fellas.
Hey, what's up?
It's Marty
Caproni.
Marty Caproni.
Hey, What's up?
How you doing?
Good.
I seen that. I seen Jack ATM. I seen that on the internet, but
Somebody jacking an ATM?
yeah.
You ever jack an ATM before? I've jacked an ATM.
The only time I did that is when I came into money.
Yeah! Oh. What was her name? The FBI is asking banks and ATM operators to alert law enforcement if they notice anything suspicious. Anything suspicious about jacking an ATM?
It depends on the order,
Yeah.
I know I'm into Jack in the Box. I think this is different.
Yeah, totally.
Jackpotting the ATM.
Shout out to Trent de la Agua something.
Whatever the name of the gang is.
Yeah. I don't know how those guys, the cops do it. They have new names, and I would just be like, can we just keep the name simple and easy to pronounce?
I don't think they do that, though.
I don't know how they identify the gang unless they swipe their card, and that's how they identified it. Put in the PIN number.
We knew it was you.
Took the receipt.
You guys left the receipt behind. We knew it was you. Correct police work.
Well, and they're trying their best,
Hey, jacking ATM is not an easy way to make money.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier but the payoff.
Yes.
Once the jacking finishes, the payoff that's the money shot.
That's the money shot right there, Steve.
Yeah.
You're right.
What a mess that crime scene had to be. Even veteran cops throwing up. What happened in here?
Lots of DNA evidence.
Hey, here's something about Marty's hometown. Chicopee is about to become the first city in Massachusetts to use automated cameras to catch drivers who illegally pass school buses, and it won't cost taxpayers a dime.
Here we go. Not that I'm in favor of passing school buses, but I'm very much against the government having cameras on everything, everywhere to arrest you for everything.
If I've said it before, I've said it 1,000 times. You can't trust big school bus.
Big bus.
It's big bus problems.
Yeah.
So how are they doing that? Because isn't that against? I thought that was against the state law. No.
Well, the city will be signing a contract with the company Bus Patrol, which is kind of like Paw Patrol, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
At 11 a.m. on Wednesday morning at Chicopee Comp, that was yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened then. There's no follow-up to the story.
Oh.
However, going into the meeting, The safety program uses AI-powered cameras to record drivers who fail to stop for school buses, aiming to lower the number of illegal passing of stop school buses. This technology provides police officers with video evidence of violations, which allows the department to focus personnel on other real-time responses where their resources are needed most. Western Mass News spoke with Paw Patrol Chief Growth Officer Steve Randazzo, who explains, "Our cameras detect and sense when a school bus is slowing down. When the yellow lights stop flashing on the back of the school bus, when the red lights stop flashing, when the stop sign comes out, and when the car passes. So all of those elements together get packaged up. We also provide the police department with the make, model, and license plate number of the car, so that all together is what the police department reviews on its end."
Why is that guy screaming like
Did he
that?
grow up in a helicopter? Why is he screaming like that?
He's a little bit deaf.
Oh.
What? Yeah.
I don't think anyone's pro passing school buses, right? I don't think you'll find anyone doing that. But I think people need to really think twice about letting quote-unquote government and AI start dictating traffic violations.
Well, I thought we already took care of this when they wanted to put the red light cameras in Springfield, and it was shot down completely because of privacy violations.
Well,
Business is not going to stop. Everyone wants a hand in your pocket. So they're going to figure out a way to always say, "Oh, we know if we do this." And of course, all the cities use their budgets on everything, so they don't want to lay off their brother-in-law who does this or their cousin who does that. So so rather than cut stuff, they go, "Oh, we gotta generate more revenue." But when you say that, what you mean is you've got to dip your hand in the pockets of your citizens more.
I don't mean to toss in some weird conspiracy here, but did you ever consider the possibility that that the city of Chicopee has to do is say, "Yeah, we got cameras on the buses." They don't install the cameras. They got a problem with so many people passing buses that now these bus passers are going to start thinking twice. "Ooh, I don't know if they got those cameras on those buses or not."
Let me ask you
And all of a
this.
sudden, problem solved. Because it is a growing concern.
The kind of person to pass a school bus,
Yeah.
what do you think the chances are that they actually have a valid registration on their car, or they even care about the law to begin with? Because clearly, if you're doing something...
That's some people. Remember the story I told a couple months ago about one of the small buses in East Longmeadow? There was like a set of grandparents trying to get their special needs kid off the bus, and he wasn't going off the bus, and you had like a whole line of people behind it. I told you there was some guy like 3 or 4 cars down laying on his horn trying to get these people to get their kid off the bus faster. You know, it's not always the unregistered driver that's the problem. It's the jackhole that thinks he owns the road that's the problem.
I'll be the first person to say this. Once in my entire driving career, which spans a long time, I was not paying attention. One of those little buses pulled over and flipped over the sign, and I drove by it, and the only reason I even know that I was driving by it was the driver laid on the horn. Fair, all right? Should I get a ticket for that? Yes. Should I get a ticket that then part of the revenue goes to a nondescript company, and then my insurance company gets to go get more money from me, and then everyone else? I don't know. People don't have money right now. What do you think we're doing $20 dinner and a comedy tonight? People don't have enough money. See how it works?
True.
It's true.
There's a lot of people that don't have the money to go out and spend on it.
But you know, if you don't have the money for that, then you probably don't have the money for the moving violation of passing a bus.
Right. And and by the way, like I said, I don't think you'll find anyone who's pro let's drive by school buses. I don't think that
totally
at all.
am.
But I think
these buses are taking up too much space.
I've worked for Fortune 100 companies, and I can tell you exactly what goes on now in their little meetings after. They go, "Well, we got our foot in the door there. That's great. And once they see the kind of revenue we generate with this, then we're going to come to them and we're going to ask them if they can take our AI-powered stoplight cameras and our this and our that." then they adjust the timing on the stoplight so that when you're at the stoplight, it goes yellow too fast, and they quote unquote up revenues. Just sticking it to the little guy all day long.
Well, not quite exactly the same, but you remember when they put the Easy Pass in over the Mass Pike?
Yep.
Right.
And that was supposed to be like, yeah, we're going to eliminate having to pay these toll
tolls.
workers and blah, 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 blah. And we're going to put these things in for free, these gantries and all that stuff. And then when you look at the numbers, you realize most of that money goes to the company that put in the toll things, and less of that money goes to actual repairing of the road.
The Mass Pike has been paid for 5 times over with all their tolls and everything else.
But you still need maintenance done.
Of course, you need maintenance on every road. But that's why you pay a thing called a gasoline tax.
Right.
You don't see it, but it's like 30, 40 cents every gallon that you go. Now they're trying to float a proposal that we're going to limit personal miles on vehicles that you can drive. You know what that's about? That you're already when I buy a car,
it's another tax.
Right. When I buy a car, I pay a sales tax. I pay to register the car. I pay for plates for the car. Then no one can explain this to me. Just because I happen to own a car that I already paid for, every year I've got to pay an excise tax on this car that I own. It's not property. It doesn't cost the city anything to maintain. Mm-hmm. If anything, it makes money for the city. But now I got to pay a percentage of money. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's all these nickel and dime things that they're doing to everybody.
Or drive all your empties to a depository to get your deposits back.
Right.
Again, another tax. You're getting screwed no matter what.
You're getting hosed.
And then even going beyond the city of Chicopee thing, statewide, the voters requested an audit that has not happened yet. Where's all the money going?
You nailed it. They requested an audit. The will, everyone always talks about the will of the voters. The voters overwhelmingly voted to audit. And the people who are in charge are like, yeah, but we don't really care about your will, your vote. We're better than you guys. I think everyone, no matter whether it's the stuff on a national scale with the Epstein stuff, I think everyone's got to a point, Democrat or Republican, where everyone's fed up with the people, one class, one rules for thee, but not for me. That's
you sing it, sister.
Yeah,
you sing it.
Hold your thought. We'll be back with this on the discussion on all things considered here on Rock 102.
Rock
652 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102, and Marty Caproni is in the studio.
We're here with in-depth privacy expert Martin Caproni from Chicopee.
Look, I'm not a look. That's the way I feel.
No, I get you. I feel the same way. I don't. Anytime they come out with these programs, like I mentioned about that. Remember the stoplight thing? That was the same thing they wanted to do in Springfield years ago.
Right.
By putting it was a company that was going to come in,
sure,
was going to give us it all for free, and we were going to be able to collect the revenue from the people speeding through the stoplights. But then there was all these discrepancies about whether or not the camera was accurate or not.
Right.
And there was disputes across the country about how inaccurate these things actually are.
Yeah, in markets where they have the camera systems, they show that the red light times are faster, the yellow light times are faster. That's what they do. They trigger. And it doesn't sound like a lot to a lot of people, but if you don't have like a lot of money, I'm not saying me, but I'm just saying maybe me. If you don't have a lot of money, something as catastrophic as a ticket like that can really spiral your life. If you're somebody working 40 hours a week at a Dunkin', that one ticket you don't have in your budget, that can break your whole year.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I've been to other cities in this great country of ours, and I have seen people like on the street, cardboard signs with a cup full of pencils and a bag full of belongings, and the sign says, "I shouldn't have passed that bus."
Maybe it's
everything was going good up until the bus.
I thought the sign said you got to have a membership card to get inside.
Oh, yes.
Right. That's from all them long-haired freaky people.
Yeah, there's signs.
Signs. Everywhere there's signs.
Just tuck my hat up under my hat and then go inside. Fine.
Well, you look like a fine young man. You could have a job here, could you?
Did I ever tell you that I got to sit around drinking Busch Light with that guy?
The guy from Tesla or the guy from the
Jeff
5-man
Keith
electrical
from Tesla.
band?
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Aaron Lewis used to do his fundraisers, foundations, and he used to have me host it every year. And we would hang out after and have a few beers or whatever. And the next day, one time, he's like, "Why don't you come up to the house?" So I was like, "All right." So I went up to the house, and of course, I called Gina, and I was like, "Grab Emma. We're gonna go up. It's gonna be fun." Aaron's like, "The kids are there. It's gonna be fun." We went up to the gate, rang the gate, and we'll send someone down. And on one of those 6-wheeler ATVs with 3 rows of seats comes Jeff Keith with Tesla with 2 Busch Lights in each hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's like, "Marty!"
He had a bunch of people up there. He had the one music video he did. He had like Waylon Jennings. And,
Aaron's friends with all these people. So
Yeah.
he's like, Jeff Keith pulls up the 2 Busch Lights, cracks one open, hands it to me. He's like, "Marty, park right over there. Jump in the car." My wife goes, Is that the guy from Tesla?" And I'm like, "Yeah, a lot of stuff happened last night. It's a long story I got to explain." But we did. We sat around, played guitar in Aaron's kitchen, sang songs.
You know, what leaps out of that story for me isn't the fact that, Aaron Lewis is hanging out with Tesla or other musicians or you. The fact that a guy like Aaron Lewis is serving Busch Light to his friends. That's to me. That's
for the house guests.
I was going to say. I mean, I hope he's got the good stuff in a cabinet somewhere.
Well, it's like we serve Dunkin' coffee when people come in here.
Aaron had the best line I've ever heard. So he had this, it's a beautiful mansion or whatever you want to call it, right?
Right.
And he's like, yeah. Now there's an indoor pool, right? But I look in the backyard, and he's got one of the Walmart pools that you get that you erect in a. You know what I'm talking about?
Inflatable
the frame.
ones, yeah.
Not inflatable. It's got a frame, but that's about it. It's like $500.
Yeah.
He's got one of those in the backyard, and I go, "Did you put a pool in for this?" And he goes, "Nah, I put that in for the kids." He goes, I went down to Walmart there in Northampton, and I got it, threw it in. And I started laughing because it was so absurd. And he goes, "Hey, man, you can take me out of Springfield, but you can't take the Springfield out of me." I was like, that's awesome. So funny.
It's almost 6:57 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
When snowing.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's been a lot of chit-chat going on about the apparent love fest that exists between the NFL head coach of the year, Mike Vrabel of the Patriots, and Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver A.J. Brown. I don't know if you've noticed this too, but the Patriots have been hanging around the NFL Combine this week, looking at players, talking to teams, creating a lot of discussion about adding quality players to a team that could potentially use a guy like a top-tiered wide receiver that's desperately looking to get out of his fat, bloated contract. I'm not naming names, but Mike Vrabel and A.J. Brown have enjoyed a very close relationship ever since Vrabel coached A.J. Brown with the Tennessee Titans years ago. They hang out, they text each other at night, they share all sorts of tight-knit bonds that suggest that perhaps a trade could be made to bring a guy like A.J. Brown to Foxborough. Early this month, A.J. appeared in the Gronk and Julian Edelman podcast where he may have suggested in a non-verbal manner what a great idea that might be. Yesterday at the Combine, Mike Vrabel was questioned again about the idea of a trade, to which he reiterated how close these two guys are. Does that mean that he's coming to the Patriots? Not quite. You see, in order to make a trade, you have to give something up in return, and since A.J. Brown is currently the highest paid wide receiver in football, that's going to cost you. Now, if the Eagles trade him before June 1st, they're going to get whacked against the salary cap. If they wait until after June 1st, they'll save about $27 million. Unfortunately, the NFL draft happens on April 23rd, which means we should all just settle down and shut the hell up about it for a while. Because A.J. Brown, while he would look terrific in a Patriots uniform, the Eagles would look horrible taking a $43 million hit to the salary cap. So could we please just tap the brakes on this for a second? Because whether you believe it or not, he's still under contract with the Eagles for another 4 years. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know, some guys got a wardrobe, other guys got work to do. That's why they're wearing Carhartt that they got at Rocky's. How many Carhartt hoodies should a man own? Lots of them. That's why you got to go to Rocky's to get your Carhartt and get yourself back to work. Thanks to your neighborhood Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch.
Rock 102,
Springfield's classic.
102 Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7-Eleven and AC/DC with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
It's going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. It's 26 right now in downtown Springfield. Perfect night for a $20 dinner and a comedy show.
It's a great night for that.
It's going to be awesome tonight. We're going to have a great time.
Who's on the bill? You two dudes?
Mike the Lawn Guy is coming back
Really?
tonight.
Doing a full hour?
He's doing 15 minutes.
That's
Really?
gonna be awesome.
And I have complete and utter faith in this man because he's one of these guys that even on his first time out,
He was super prepared.
He was super prepared, and he wrote that. I mean, he practiced and he wrote it, and then he came back again the second time. I wasn't there for that, but he did
great.
And he's gonna do great again.
That's awesome. Good for him.
Also, Emily Sierra is gonna be there tonight too.
Yeah. So she's gonna be there, which she's great, and it's gonna be a good night. We're looking forward
that's
to it.
awesome.
It's gonna be a mayonnaise midget mash fest.
I don't know what that means, but
Assume it's great.
Yeah.
okay. I assume, okay.
Make your assumptions and stick
he
with it.
hasn't seen the video. I haven't shown him the video.
A mayonnaise.
You've never seen that video?
Yeah.
Oh God, Josh Wolf did this to me once with.
Yeah.
It's not something we'd ever do on the air.
We could never. We can't even really talk about the content of it on the air.
Yeah, Josh Wolf did this with something with old gentleman, and showed it to me in a restaurant, and then he had someone tape me while he showed it to me, and it turned my stomach. So my reaction video, it was like, I don't know, 600,000 like views on it. It was crazy.
This is not a two girls one cup type of video, but it's like you're watching it and you can't believe you're seeing it, and yet at the same time you can't believe you're laughing at it.
Oh, see,
it's one of those videos.
Okay, then that's probably
it's
easier.
so inappropriate, but so brilliant at the same time.
Anyway, it is going to be a mayonnaise midget mash fest.
Terrific, terrific. Well, did you hear or read the letter from Mayor Dom Dom?
Yeah. So on the way in, I heard you guys doing it. I was in the car. I was cheering it on. Go Dom Dom.
The last hour.
This was like my letter to the Corinthians.
Last hour, we read the letter that Mayor Sarno wrote to John DeLever from the Basketball Hall of Fame, which, by the way, good on him for mentioning the Mayflower Marathon in the middle of this. I appreciated that reach back. Good job,
true.
Mr. Mayor.
Yeah, it's true. Listen, he surmised everything that I think you could have surmised in that thing, especially pointing out that this guy's on the board of visitors and I don't know if that's paid or unpaid, but it doesn't really matter either way. I mean, it's more egregious if it's paid.
Yeah, but that's a board that's supposed to promote activity, business development in Springfield and Western Mass.
And this is what it takes sometimes for a community to rally around and light a fire under themselves. I think Dom is one of the guys that can really. He has a vision for Springfield, I think, and I think if it doesn't happen now for Springfield, it might never happen. And I feel like these people who aren't on the bus. He needs to call them out and get them on the bus. I mean, that's a huge. What do you mean you don't have the facilities? Back in the day, the Chicago Bulls practiced at Cathedral High School in the gymnasium back in like 87, 88 for the Hall Classic or whatever. Just complete BS.
It's total garbage because he's absolutely right. Between Western New England, Springfield College, AIC, the South End Community Center, all the high schools, including Central, Putnam, SciTech, all of them could accommodate basketball game. The Big E, a perfectly good opportunity for the Big E.
Pope Francis, Chicopee High School, Chicopee Comp. There's enough really nice high school gymnasium. The Pope Francis has got a brand new basketball gymnasium.
Yes.
There's enough options.
You got new high schools. Minnechaug, Longmeadow, East Longmeadow's building a new high school. Mm-hmm. Everybody could be participating in this event because it draws a lot of money into the community. And the fact that they want to push it to Boston, I mean, come on. I mean, be a citizen. Be a citizen.
Listen, you got the Russell Elementary School out in Russell is now a police station, and the cops aren't using all of those rooms. There's a gymnasium there. They could use that. Just a little travel outside of the city.
Yeah.
45 minutes. They'd be
30,
better.
it's 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
But this is what this is what happens to a community, right? Is it gets the negative rap, and then if the leadership in the community isn't fighting like Dom Dom and they're asleep at the wheel, it comes apart thread by thread, piece by piece,
right.
strand by strand. You talked about the fort, If Andy Yee and Peter Picknelly didn't bring that back, that's probably one of the only things left on that side of downtown Springfield on a nighttime where you go down and you can enjoy yourself,
Yeah, especially since they closed the Stonewall.
When was that closed?
Oh, it's been closed for a while.
Like how long?
Oh, a year, maybe more.
Yeah, I haven't been to these hole-in-the-wall bars forever.
Well, there's the thing. If the Stonewall Tavern couldn't make it, what's that overhead? You know what I mean?
It's fairly low.
$7 an hour?
Perhaps.
Yes. These places like Theodore's and everything, they need that. Just like local business, too. I got my eyes checked yesterday because I had to do I had to do my old guy, change my prescription thing, but I also had to get what's called a Paquinel screening because of the arthritis medicine that I'm on or whatever. And they're like, well, you could go to LensCraft, you can go to... I went to Ludlow Eye Associates, right in Ludlow.
Yeah, you go to the local guy.
Great guy, good dude, loves comedy. I get an eye check in, and we get to talk comedy for a half hour. It was awesome.
Oh, he's a funny guy.
He is actually. He's a student of comedy. It was crazy. But the same thing with Charlie's Diner. You were saying Charlie's opened up. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not gonna knock all these other chain restaurants or anything. Sometimes they serve a purpose. But why can't you go to Charlie's Diner the next time you want to go out?
You can.
You can.
Right.
Yeah.
But some people, I'm going to Denley.
Going to
IHOP. Or, yeah.
I think the biggest problem with this whole Hoop Hall tournament issue is the fact that it was done, that these conversations were happening in secret.
Yeah.
And specifically stating, hey, we got to make sure that the city doesn't find out about this.
Right.
Kind of thing. Can you imagine how that would blow up in our faces? We haven't had that kind of PR disaster since the Mayflower Marathon. To me, it's like... that speaks more. The silence speaks more volume than the discussion about bringing it to Boston. The fact that you were talking about this without involving the city or the state or anybody else for that matter, you're having these discussions in secret. Like it's.
How did it come out? That's my question.
Somebody spilled the beans.
It came out from a podcast.
Really?
That these discussions had happened and they were confirmed, and now you have the Hall of Fame and John DeLeva, backpedaling.
Did they deny it? Did they deny it?
No one's denying that these conversations happened. Okay. And in fact, John DeLeva said, listen, the reason why we're talking about this is because of a lack of hotel rooms, which is also BS, and then also there's gym facilities. There's 6,400 hotel rooms in the greater Springfield area.
And they just redid the Marriott downtown. The guy, I think it was Kirat, maybe the Indian guy, great guy.
Yeah.
They invested millions into redoing that hotel. Between that and the Sheraton and the Hampton Inn that just opened up and Hilton Garden,
there's plenty of places.
Way more than 500 hotel rooms.
But I think the main point here that Dom was trying to make is, if those are issues, they should have been brought to the forefront.
Let's have a discussion about it.
It's not about whether you're saying that there's not enough hotel rooms. Bring us the problem and let us work this out.
Yeah, proactive rather than reactive, right?
This is the same kind of backdoor chicanery that happened with the contract between the Hall of Fame and Mohegan. That happened.
It's crazy,
and no one knew this had occurred. Next thing you know, you got a 10-year deal, possibly even longer, between Mohegan and the Hall of Fame. When all of that stuff, I'm sorry, should be in Springfield. Should not be 70 miles away in Connecticut.
And back then you could have made the argument, okay, Well, listen, Mohegan has a casino, and the players like to gamble, and they like to golf, and they have a world-class golf course. Well, now you have the Antonacci family who made the golf course over there, the old Hampton Country Club, which is amazing. That thing is world class when you see that place.
Without a doubt.
When you're talking about trying to entice, the higher class to come here to Springfield, you got that right there.
I've been around the country. I'm telling you, that golf course is the ranch in Southwick. When that opened, I was like, wow, what a nice course, and it is a very, very nice course. When the Antonacci's opened that thing, I was like, you got to be kidding me! This is in Western Mass. It's breathtaking how great that is, okay? So you got people dumping tens and millions or maybe $100 million to make this beautiful facility. You got MGM in here. That was almost $1 billion that they had to cut to make that development. And now here you sit right across the street, literally across the street, and you can't do anything because you signed a contract for 10 years? That's crazy to me.
For anyone to say, well, you're just bitter because of the Mayflower Marathon. At the time, we were angry about it, but they actually did us a favor.
Because MGM is a great partner with it.
MGM's been a fantastic partner that actually wanted us to be there. And, I take that out of the equation. I think I'd be having the same reaction even if we were still in their parking lot. This is the kind of thing that should never have happened. And the kind of thing that if you, like we have said, if there are issues...
Right.
Let's have an open discussion about it. Let's figure out a way to make it happen. You're absolutely right. There's enough money and enough interest in keeping these kinds of events for kids in the Springfield area.
To me, it becomes an issue of pride. You know what I mean? Like, you have pride in your community. When you guys talk about Chicopee, I'm always happy to talk about Chicopee because I have pride in my community. You know what I mean? Just like Dom in Springfield, John in Chicopee, the people who love this city, that want the best for their city. If I understand that John DeLeva's got national people he has to answer to and everything else, but maybe if there's more of a local presence, like you say, maybe on the board or whatever, there, you'd be. We can't run his business, right? We don't know what the forces are of his business or whatever. But what we knew, number one, what we know is you take care of your home. This is your home. This is where it is. Why don't you want those people coming into your facility that you spent billions or millions and millions of dollars building? It's crazy to me.
Well, did they spend that money building it? Where did that money come from?
That's a great question. I don't know if that.
I'm trying to remember exactly.
I think it was a lot of sponsorship money, and I think it was a lot of grant money.
There was grant money, state money. I think city money was involved.
So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, but you still had the board, doing capital campaigns for it too. So I mean, it was a joint effort. But nevertheless, you don't see these kinds of discussions going on at Cooperstown or Canton, Ohio. They don't have these kinds of problems because they realize this is where we're at, and we're proud to be here, and we'll stay here. We're not pushing our events into other cities.
Imagine Cooperstown said, hey, we're doing our enshrinement ceremony at Del Lago Casino an hour from Cooperstown. People would lose their mind. They'd be like, no, this is Cooperstown. This is where the hall is. But I think because... Mohegan is a great facility. There's no doubt about it. I love the place. It's world class. And I understand, like I said, I understood the where he made that.
Yep.
But that was at the time. Now you have it right across the street from you. There is no hotel room. It's all BS.
It's 7:25 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. 7:27 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam, we'll have the full forecast for you.
This week on Baxi's Musical Podcast, my guest is Dutch writer and visual artist Betta A. She is in collaboration with Brian Eno for the second time in a year, this time with a book called Slow Stories. Actually, a really interesting story about art and what it means, the importance of it. You should check it out on Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify, the Rock 102 YouTube channel, rock102.com, and on the app. All brought to you by Metro Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Chicopee, and Rock 102 Springfield's Classic Rock. As far as next week goes, I'm kind of torn which one I'm going to play, which one I'm going to post. Could be someone who's got a very interesting book, or a 2-time Grammy Award nominee. Ooh. We'll have to figure that out later on, probably by Friday afternoon.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
That's pretty exciting.
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Very excited.
You know, as far as Dom Dom goes and this whole basketball thing, he's is actually challenging John DeLeva to a one-on-one. I will be dribbling with a bowling ball. You can use your little inflated round orange balloon if you want to, Johnny.
Can you imagine how
Johnny DeLevas?
You and I are going to play a game of horse. You will bring your Shetland pony. I will bring my Clydesdale to stomp on your head.
Yes.
Can you imagine how good his hair must look in the air as he's doing a tomahawk dunk?
Oh, yeah.
Just the hair flowing.
Just absolutely
The
flaxing
glow.
and waxing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They say never punch a gift horse in the mouth. I know you know it is look, but it's punch.
We got news coming up next on Rock 102. It's 7:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news, and here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
As we said, Charlie's Diner in West Springfield has reopened. Gotta get the ham. Gotta get the ham. Ham. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Gotta get the ham. Gotta get the ham.
What about George's has good ham, too?
Well, there's a lot of places that have good ham, but Charlie's Diner has.
I've never had the Charlie's Diner. I've had the Little George.
Petros has good ham.
Petro, yeah.
Petro, right?
You know who's got great ham? Al's Diner in Chicopee. You want to go?
Al's.
They
we
carve
haven't
it
been
right
there
there
yet, right?
We haven't. I've gone by myself.
I've been there.
It's
amazing.
amazing.
It's terrific.
We went to the Lucky Strike. You took me to Lucky Strike.
I did.
That's a good
month.
one.
More Chicopee family-owned restaurants.
A couple weeks ago, I took you to Evans Egg House.
My favorite people. I went back.
Yeah,
I was so mad. I went back. They didn't have that special with the hollandaise sauce.
Oh yeah,
Broke my heart.
yeah, it's so good.
I go, They go, we didn't make any hollandaise sauce.
Yeah, that's not a regular thing on the menu.
It should be.
It's terrific.
It absolutely should be.
What about Rusty's?
In Holyoke, great.
I haven't been to Rusty's.
You turned me on to that place.
They have the homemade. They have the option. I don't even know why they even offer the other option. We have canned corned beef hash, or we have the homemade corned beef hash.
Why would you choose the can?
Well, one is a little bit more expensive than the other,
But it's
obviously,
worth it.
but it's totally worth it. Like, why would you stick? I guess there are some people who like that dog food like taste.
Hey, whoa.
What?
What are you talking about?
Canned corned beef hash
Canned
smells
corned
and
beef
looks
hash-
like it's disgusting.
It's fine if they crisp it up on the grill. Really.
I can agree with that to a certain point,
Yeah.
but there is nothing better than the homemade.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
brisket,
Homemade stuff.
a
Yeah.
corned beef brisket turned into a sloppy hash, crispy
it's delicious.
delight.
Dario and you were the ones who turned me on to Rusty's. But the two of you guys were nonstop with the Rusty's.
Rusty's is my favorite breakfast as far as a sit-down breakfast place. Now, if you want sandwiches, I suggest the Autumnist Farm. They have the steak and cheese one that's awesome. And then you got over the White Hut. The White Hut's got some good breakfast sandwiches.
yeah.
They have
Yeah.
breakfast sandwiches?
Oh, yeah, you can. Yeah, they're open at like 6 or 7 o'clock.
No,
in the
I remember
morning.
we went that morning after the show to have burgers and hot dogs with ketchup.
I believe you can get those all day. I don't know. I'm not. You know what? I'm not even going to say that because I don't know but I know you couldn't. You can get breakfast sandwiches there.
Country Trading Post, Chicopee, another solid
That's
breakfast.
another one I haven't tried yet.
Well, we can go there anytime.
Good,
O'Brien's, our favorite. We
Yeah.
go to O'Brien's all the time.
Good,
Copper
good
Line.
breakfast sandwiches at Rice's Fruit Farm in Wilbraham. That's another good
They
place.
make a killer. They make a killer grilled cheese.
They do. Oh yes. They
Shout
do.
out to our girl Sue over at O'Brien's.
Yeah, she's the best.
I haven't seen her in a while though. The
know,
last couple
we-
times we've been there, it's been somebody else.
I know. Yeah,
You know, on the
what?
one day that Steve and I are unavailable to go to breakfast
you guys are
anywhere.
killing me. Now I'm going to go to breakfast by myself unless someone wants to go. I don't know. Sad.
So many choices.
I'm being told don't poo-poo on the canned corned beef hash.
Thank you.
It smells like dog food.
Listen, it does. You just told last week, Bax. You know what this guy tells me after criticizing my taste, my culinary taste?
What?
He tells me he has eaten roadkill deer,
roadkill deer.
Like when someone hits a deer, his brother grabs it off the side of the road, takes it home, carves it up, and makes venison sausages and stuff.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, how long has the roadkill been?
It was something that he hit. He hit it.
Oh,
he calls
hit it.
The police. The police come out. They tag the deer. They're like, "You can take it home."
All right. Well, that's
That's not what he said.
Freshness really is.
That's not what he said. He's changing his story.
No, I'm not changing the story. What
you did not say.
What are you
hit
disputing?
You said you see a deer on the side of the road that just got hit, and they'll let you take it home, and you'll do it. And then he tells me. By the way, we'll forget about. Then he tells me.
I totally misconstrued.
Then he tells me this is with a straight face.
Yeah.
He tells me, and I even said to him off air, "That's a bit, right?" And he's like, "No." He tells me his brother has made raccoon stew for him.
Yeah, well, he
Little
didn't
cute
particularly make
raccoons.
it. It was one of the other participants in the game dinner that they held every year, and they all bring their
This
little
guy.
creations, the things that they've shot and killed.
This
And
guy's
they-
eating raccoon stew, but he doesn't like corned beef hash in a can because it might smell weird. What is it not? And I tell you what it doesn't smell like. It doesn't smell like tires. It doesn't smell like bumper.
You're not. Until you've had the roadkill. Until you've had the roadkill, you really can't. Say much about it.
You're eating
the secret ingredient is brake fluid.
Right. That's
But see, this is your perception of this is that I'm eating something that has been sitting there on the side of the road for hours on end with the get well balloon attached to the paw. You know, I'm not. No, this is and first of all, the raccoon wasn't a roadkill. That wasn't actually a hunted animal.
Okay. Hunted. They're not hard to hunt. They're in every dumpster in Western Mass. All you have to do is look in the dumpster and there's a raccoon. Like, hey, buddy,
these are
what's
the hills
happening?
of upstate New York. They're in the trees. You're
So
going to
you-
take a spotlight out there. You go out there in the middle of the night and you shoot it down from the tree.
There's nothing wrong with game meat.
Yeah.
Game meat is delicious.
Gross.
If
gross.
in fact this was a animal that was freshly killed, then freshness matters. But the idea of roadkill, like if you were you're driving on, say, I don't know, the Mohawk Trail, for example.
But that's what he's trying to make it sound out to be. That's not
if
what
it's
I
got
said.
tire tracks up its middle and has been sitting there for 2 or 3 days, well, at that point you say, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't fresh.
I'm just pointing this out. All right. I'm just going to say this. All right. It's not that. It's the same. This is the same guy who says you can't put ketchup on a hot dog.
You can't put ketchup on a hot dog.
It's disgusting. Like that's disgusting. Or corned beef hash out of a can. Ooh, it smells kind of like trash. You know what smells like trash? Raccoons. They're pulling trash out of dumpsters and then they're eating them.
You don't even listen to what I'm saying. I said, first of all, it smelled like dog food. It doesn't smell like trash.
Okay, dog
It smells
food.
like dog food.
Okay.
And secondly,
what's next? You eating dog? Are you eating dog?
I'm not saying I'm eating at a Michelin rated restaurant, meaning Michelin, meaning the tire place where the roadkill came from.
Kind of is. Kind of is. Instead of stars, it's tires. It's a 2-tire Michelin meal.
This is a 1/4 tread raccoon that you pulled out of here.
Right. Garnished with gravel. Just those. Right.
You're making things up that I didn't even say. I have the audio. We can go back and listen.
All
to
right,
it. I
listen,
didn't eat roadkill that has been sitting. I'm talking about when you. And that went back, and somebody said to me, is your brother RFK? No.
The deer was freshly killed.
See, the difference between RFK, and I don't know how many times I have to explain this, he self-admitted this story. He told this story to Roseanne, because I guess if you're going to sell a bat crap crazy story, it's going to be to Roseanne.
All right.
And he's like, oh, we hit the bear. Or somebody else hit the bear. Somebody hit a bear, and we took the bear home after we got it tagged, but we took it. We didn't have time to go home. We went to the Peter Luger Steakhouse for hours on end, and then realized we didn't have time to go back home, so we dropped it off in Central Park. That's a night. That's roadkill. That's something that he couldn't preserve long enough.
Right.
So he dumped it in the wild of Central Park.
Really, though, just for the record, still not as weird as raccoon stew. Sorry, this is the way I feel. Raccoon stew? Nope. All bets are off.
Well, listen.
Baby bear dead in Central Park, less weird than raccoon stew. I'm just saying.
No, listen. Everyone's got their own feeling about it. Some people wouldn't want to eat raccoon more than want to eat a furry woodland squirrel.
But my point-
squirrel meat can be delicious too.
You wouldn't even know the difference because of the way it's marinated.
Squirrel meat. You're eating squirrel meat?
Well, not regularly, but I've sampled.
It's the most Portuguese thing you've ever said.
Listen, I'm not. It's not like I'm dining out with like Ellen DeGeneres and cannibalizing people. That's different.
I went to a Portuguese dinner where they brought a goat out and said, "We're auctioning this off, and then we're going to kill it, and then you're going to take the meat home." That's what they do at those Portuguese dinners.
Yeah, stewed goat is delicious.
Yeah,
it's gross.
You got a problem with that? You're going to take it up with the Portuguese people.
You know what? I like Tony and Penny's. I like going to Tony and Penny's. You know what I get there? Not goat. Not raccoon, not deer. I get a nice chicken parm. They got a great chicken parm.
How do you know it's chicken?
Because I've had chicken my whole life.
It could be. It could be.
You're not ruining chicken parm for me. You're not. You're trying, but you're not going to.
Well, you never know.
I hope the next time we go to breakfast, someone puts raccoon in your omelet.
Did you see that guy? did you see the guy who bit into the piece of chicken, the chicken parm? I think it was is it Cece's Pizza? Is that do they serve like little entrees and stuff too?
I don't know.
Where's Cece's Pizza?
It's like a national chain. It's like one of these national chains. The guy bit into it, and it was a pus filled thing from the chicken.
Oh, you're grossing me out now.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to ruin chicken.
Someone's driving. Yeah. Someone's driving right now.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
Yeah, it's like a Dr. Pimple Popper type of thing.
Yeah, I'll have a chicken parm with an extra side order of pus.
Please.
I think you need to be reminded of the power of this medium. Some guy is driving in a landscaping truck. He's at a Dunkin' Donuts. He just got his bacon, egg, and cheese. He took one bite, and he just heard you say pus-filled something, and he's like, well, throw this in the trash. Well, thanks for ruining my breakfast.
Eating the tumors of chicken can actually be really healthy for you.
Well, it's official. This is now the most disgusting conversation I've had here in 30 years.
Had Frank Perdue eaten more chicken tumors, he would have lived to the ripe old age of 125.
Hey, for the record, tonight, stuffed shells.
Yeah, stuffed shells. $20 on the menu.
Raccoon free.
Ooh. $20. You get Nabil's handcrafted stuffed shells with salad and a roll.
I'm going to talk to Nabil today. Maybe we can have a game dinner night. What do you think?
There's no way.
Why not?
Listen, there's no way Nabil. He's a gentleman. There's no way Nabil has ever eaten raccoon. Or any other weird.
Well, he might have. He's just not going to put it on the menu.
Yeah, because it's not popular among the people. Popular among the people is beef and chicken and pork. That's what you put on the menu.
Yeah.
But there's some of us who have a fine palate that like to have like a raccoon every once in a while, or maybe even a squirrel or a chipmunk, perhaps.
Have you ever seen I watch Stan from Lupa Zoo. I keep telling you he's my favorite person on Facebook. When I'm in a bad mood, I watch.
Have you ever eaten alpaca, by the way?
Okay.
He's eating a pack of alpacas.
Alpaca.
This is my thing. I watch his videos. He's got these cute little otters and monkeys and everything. They make me happy, right? I still want to get over there. I want him to like walk me around. I want to meet all the monkeys and all shit. I'm telling you, Stan, I watch those videos for that reason. I feel like you watch those videos and you're like, just a little seasoning on that monkey.
Otter.
See, there you go. Yeah, baby otter, so tender. It's just a different.
Until you've had otter parmesan, do not.
You ever have an otter parm? an otter francaise, an otter marsala. What a otter casserole!
Oh God,
we could make a couple of different things about otter. What else they got over there? Any good eats? What about camel toes? They have camel toes over there.
I was going to ask you to go with me because he told me, he's like, you can come by anytime and see the animals. I was going to ask you to go with me, but I'm definitely not because you're going to be walking around like you're at Schermerhorn's going to pick out lobsters out of a tank.
He's going to have like extra napkins shoved in his pockets.
What is that, an Asian bear? I bet you that meat's tender.
I'll bring the rags and formaldehyde. Or what's the stuff? It's not formaldehyde. What's the stuff they...
Chloroform.
Chloroform.
Right.
Yeah, you knock him out. I don't know what happened to this otter. He just passed out. I guess I'll have to take him home now.
Who knows?
Well, Oh my gosh, look at the time.
Your Pioneer Valley forecast is going to be a mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. I'm drooling here at the lip. Just the thought of that otter melting in my mouth. It's 28 in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Your big
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 7:50, and the Rolling Stones of Bax and Nagle at Rock 102.
It is going to be partly sunny today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It's 28 right now in downtown Springfield. 50 degrees on Saturday, which will be a nice melt-off.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
What a flood that's going to be.
And then more snow next week, Monday and Tuesday. Yeah.
I told you, I mean, until the month of May rolls around, you're not completely out of the woods. You're going to always get nailed with another Class 3 kill storm.
You're running out of things to buy, right? You got to buy an electric snow shovel, a snow blower. Now you're going to have to run out and buy a dehumidifier for your basement because it's going to flood from all the melting snow. Then you're going to have to buy an air conditioner.
I remember, when I was in Syracuse years ago, in that part of the country, it was like the end of May when it stopped snowing. Like, it would be like a whole week full of like 80-degree weather, and then all of a sudden it would drop back down to like 25 degrees, and we'd have 6 inches of snow on the ground the following week, and it would just rotate back and forth.
Franklin Pierce was like that too because it was at the base of a mountain,
right?
So it'd be like late April, and you'd have 2 feet of snow on the ground, and then like a week later, it would all be melted. It'd be 60 degrees, but it would be mud everywhere.
Right, but in this part of the area,
right.
in the valley, once you get to past like May 9th, you're pretty much in the clear.
Yeah, I will say this: if you have a boat that you're going to put in at like the Oxbow or Brunel's or whatever, this is going to be a real weird season for it because all this melt off the river is going to be a zoo.
A zoo.
A zoo.
So what kind of animals do they have? Anything delectable? Anything on the menu? Huh?
You're starting to drool again, Steve.
I'm saying, is it otter?
I'm telling Stan Lupin to make sure he puts up a security gate.
Yeah.
They're going to have a picture of your face outside that loop.
Yeah.
Well, what other kind of animals can we get?
I said to you on the break, I go, I think this is probably the only time anyone's ever said the words otter parmesan on the radio.
Well, you never had penguin? Have you ever had penguin before?
No, I never had the penguin.
Fresh penguin?
You're a terrible human being.
I've never had penguin before. I'd
You
like
would,
to
though.
have penguin. Yeah, of course.
You would. You'll eat stuff in the breakdown lane.
I'm like the Anthony Bourdain of regional food.
You're more like the Andrew Zimmern. That guy would eat he'll go to like a penis restaurant in like there's some Norwegian country.
They fed it. Yeah, you're more. Yeah, you're definitely not a Bourdain.
You don't know. I put the board in Bourdain. No, I like just trying different things. That's all.
Okay.
What about rattlesnake? You ever eaten rattlesnake before?
What
Tastes
about
like chicken.
What about? Why don't you start small and put some ketchup on a hot dog and see how that tastes?
Oh God, blasphemy! Nobody puts ketchup on a hot dog.
Everybody puts ketchup on a hot dog.
A lot of people do, but why judge? I can't judge somebody.
This is my point.
I know that it wouldn't be my choice, but that's to me.
Would you put ketchup on a ham sandwich? That was the other part of the argument.
No,
I don't think
I said
so.
a turkey. I didn't say ham. I said a turkey grinder. If you've ever forgotten the tomato on your turkey, you get like lettuce, tomato, mayo, or it's lettuce and all. If you forgot the tomato, you just do a strip of the ketchup down there, and it's perfect. It works just as good as the tomato.
All right, that is the most insane idea I've ever had.
You got to try one strip of ketchup on a turkey grinder and then tell me it's insane. You're going to be like, this is, wow, Marty's.
Who's paying for the grinder?
I'll buy the grinder.
You'll buy the grinder? Because if I'm paying for the grinder and I smear some ketchup on it, I'm going to be very angry for wasting all that money on the grinder.
I'll go to either my buddy Lanzarato's or I'll go to Falls and I'll get a grinder, a turkey grinder. I'll bring it in here. I'll put a strip of ketchup down each one for you and for Nagle, and you guys try it and then tell me what you think.
Listen, I don't dislike ketchup.
Yeah,
but sometimes I told you I'm good with sometimes just a bald dog, a bald hot dog. I'm sometimes
really
sometimes that's perfectly fine. I don't need to disguise the delicious flavor of a hot dog with extra things on top of it.
Really, a bald dog?
Sometimes I'll have a bald dog. Nothing. absolutely nothing.
See, I mean, I don't know. I guess in certain cases, you're at Fenway.
Yeah, right.
The guy forgets to give you your ketchup mustard packet. Bald dog there all day long.
Depending on how hungry I am, if there's a long line for the condiments, I'm going to say, to hell with it. I'll just eat the bald dog and be happy.
I'm going to raise the bar. Steamed bun, bald dog, natural hot dog, fine. That's fine.
Right?
You're at home, you're making some hot dogs, you're not just going to have a bald dog at home in your kitchen.
There have been times in my life where I just boiled the package of hot dogs and just ate them with a fork.
Oh, that's weird.
You don't like a bald dog?
Yeah, like
That's what I'm talking about.
like a little hair on the bun.
Were you one of those kids in that Polly-O string cheese commercial? Hey, dummy, hold the sauce, hold the crust, nothing. Ketchup on a hot dog, get out of here.
You know what you're like? You're like the kid in Life cereal where they're like, oh, roadkill. They're like, give it to Steve. Steve likes it. He'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Hey, Stevie, he likes it. Hey, today happens to be a Thunderbird Thursday. I don't know if you dudes were aware of this, but apparently the Springfield Thunderbirds are playing on Saturday. And if I'm looking at the schedule, I believe it is Charlotte. Yes.
Okay.
Military night. Got a 4-pack of tickets, also koozies and hats. Got something for nearly the whole family if you got a family of 4.
Will the Dollar General be making an appearance at military night?
I don't know if that's a true paramilitary organization, the Dollar General.
What about the general car insurance?
I do not know for sure.
You know what I like about military night with the Thunderbirds?
What?
We live in a strong military area. It's part of our fabric of our DNA here in Western Mass.
Mm-hmm.
I like that we're having it at the Thunderbirds and we didn't ship it off to Boston for the
Right, exactly. That sounds like something Springfield would do.
There isn't enough hotel rooms to host a Thunderbirds game here in the city of Springfield, is there?
10th caller right now at 293-1021. You win the Thunderbird Thursday prize pack. Good luck on Rock 102.
And now, Bax's View from the Couch. Brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware, Winter Storm headquarters before and after the storm.
Hey, good morning, sports fans. How the heck are you? Folks, remember back when everyone was talking about Drake May of the Patriots being a potential contender to become the league MVP? That conversation started about 15 minutes into the season. Of course, Drake May didn't wind up becoming the league MVP. That award went to some other guy. Nevertheless, the reason why Drake May didn't win certainly didn't have anything to do with him not playing enough football. Why am I bringing this up? Nearly a month after the Super Bowl? Well, in the NBA, the league's 2 best players are suddenly in danger of becoming ineligible to being named league MVP. It isn't because these guys suddenly started to suck like most people who don't become MVPs. They're in danger of losing out after violating a new NBA rule about playing time. According to reports, both Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of Oklahoma City and Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets are both in danger of being disqualified thanks to a new rule which prevents any player from winning a postseason award after missing more than 17 regular season games. Jokic has already missed 16, Gilgeous-Alexander's missed 11, and will need to play in at least 16 of the last 22 remaining games on the Thunder on the Thunder schedule. Which doesn't sound like a lot, except he's already coming off a painful abdominal strain, which has kept him on and off the court since the beginning of February. Not to be critical or nothing, but if you've missed between 11 and 16 regular season games, and you're still considered to be an MVP favorite, I think that says more about the other 523 players in the NBA who are just apparently taking up space. Meanwhile, you got these 2 broken down guys playing their asses off in between medical appointments. To me, that shouldn't be a violation of the rules. That should be worthy of another trophy. Because it seems to me these guys are just about carrying everybody else on their shoulders, and if that's the case, no wonder they keep getting hurt. But hey, enough of my yapping. Sports brought to you by Rocky's Ace Hardware. You know, some guys got a wardrobe, other guys got work to do. That's why they wear all that Carhartt. And where they get it? Well, if they're smart, they got it at Rocky's. Rocky's Ace Hardware got all kinds of Carhartt for you to wear. Great stuff, good people, and rock-solid service at every Rocky's Ace Hardware. I'm Bax. That's my view from the couch. Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. It's 8:07 and Led Zeppelin on Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It's 30 right now in downtown Springfield.
Marty Caproni's in the studio. $20 dinner and a comedy show tonight at the Shortstop in Westfield.
Yeah, so I've got an update for you. now that we just brought it up. So dinner and a comedy show tonight. As you know, last week we did it. Brian Plum hosted, did a great job. We had a super fun show. The people that came out were awesome. So hopefully they come back this week. But on the way to the show, my car finally had the moment. You know, I told you my water pump's going. I'm pouring antifreeze in. On the way to the show, I was maybe a mile from my house. I was at the intersection of like Carew and St. James. You know where the old Walgreens is?
Yeah, right.
And I was just going, and then I heard pink, pink, and my power steering went. Everything went. My car was just like, I coasted into the parking lot of the Springfield Renaissance School. My serpentine belt snapped. So now I have no belt, no water pump. I got to call AAA. I called them. Driver was awesome. This guy, Jose, takes the car. Where do you want to bring it? I brought it to the guys at the end of my street, the Broadway Auto Shop. Right?
Okay.
Now, new belt, serpentine, timing belt, whatever, new belt, water pump, and I had a bad engine mount. How much you think they're going to hit me up for?
$400,000.
Right, that's kind of what I figured in my head. These guys.
How much do you pay a guy to mount your engine?
These guys, I'm telling you.
He puts the man in manifold.
Yeah,
you know
does.
what I'm talking about?
What's all that precious metal inside? Yeah.
So I had to leave the car. I had him leave the car. I emailed the place because it was after hours.
Right.
And I call at 9:15 in the morning, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, we already got it up on the lift. We're going through it." He goes, "I'll call you back in 5 minutes." Calls me back. He goes, "Engine mount, serpentine belt, water pump, seals. Got to check everything else to see what it is, but that's probably what it's going to be." I was like, "Okay." I go, "How long are you going to need to do it?" He goes, "We'll get it done like 2-3 hours tops."
All right.
Okay.
I get it back, $550.
That's not bad at all.
That's not terrible.
It's reasonable.
Yeah,
Compared to how much things cost.
Just the labor. In some places, they charge you that much.
And I had a lot of listeners. I had this guy that was in Torrington, Connecticut that was like, "Dude, I'll do it for you," or whatever. Like, people were trying to help figure out the water pump thing. It ended up being probably half of what I thought it was going to cost me to do.
I would have said that's way less than half. I thought it was like $2,000.
I was way off at $400,000. Boy, do I feel like
a little high. You went a little high, but the guys at Broadway Auto, they were absolutely fantastic.
They put the broad in Broadway Auto, And
then I told the guy, I'm talking to the guy and everything, and he's like, "All right, no problem." And I said to him, I'll give you guys a shout out on the air. This is after I paid and everything like that. And the guy goes, "What do you mean?" And I was like, I do the radio. I go, $20 dinner and a comedy show. He goes, $20. I go, "Yeah, it's a pretty good deal." He goes, maybe we'll take the whole shop up for.
Hey, all right. Are they coming over tonight or what?
Yeah,
they coming tonight or what?
I would love to see them. They're great.
You know what? $20 dinner and a comedy show seems like a good deal. I would charge those guys $500.
Yeah, charge them for 20 tickets
for hourly.
You got to at least charge them for your labor, right?
Yeah. No, tonight's gonna be fun. We got tickets already selling, right? And hopefully we get a bunch more. And hopefully people who work in an office or whatever look at their friends and go, "Hey, you know what? We've been snowed in. We're tired of shoveling. We didn't do anything all week. Let's let's not cook. Let's crack the wallet." Go out to the show.
I got some new stuff I'm working on anyway.
Oh,
there you go.
Yeah, you got that Ovaltine bit you're working on?
The jar is round.
Yeah.
The glass is round. Why don't they call it Roundtine?
Comedy Gold, Stevie.
Right,
Comedy Gold.
That and much more.
Oh, yeah, so much more.
I can hear the tickets canceling as we speak.
Come on, what are you talking about?
No, listen, you said like Mike the lawn guy is going to be there tonight.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed with Mike. To be honest
awesome.
with you, when he calls during open lines and he's got something prepared, I mean, he knocks it out of the park. I would believe that if he was going to do 15 minutes a time, he's going to give you at least 25 minutes of effort.
Well, I'll tell you what. The last time you weren't there, the last time he went, anyone who's new, I'm always kind of like, yeah, we'll see. We had that Anthony Pagan kid last week too.
Very funny guy.
He did great. So I'm watching these guys, and when they're new, you're like, it could be hit or miss or whatever. Mike the long guy crushed it the last time, and he's really fun. Like, he's interesting. He's got interesting stuff to talk about, which is great.
It's awesome.
So it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a mayonnaise midget mash fest.
See, now I'm going to have to Google that.
see,
We're going to have to spend a little bit of time
video.
after the show for that one.
Yeah.
Well, something for you to watch a little bit later.
And
by yourself.
I Googled it. We can't go to Charlie's after. We were talking about because Charlie's closes now at 3 in the afternoon.
3? It
Yeah,
used to be open like 24 hours.
Yeah, I guess now,
All right.
Not in a row.
Yeah.
Well, all right. We'll have to go for breakfast there some morning. I also forgot to mention Sunny Side Up. That's a good place over in West Side.
That's a good one.
It's the Polish place. They serve the Bigos.
Yep. And then my people at the Copper Line. That's a great one.
Copper Line's a good one.
Yeah, because they give you the omelet, and you can put whatever you want in the omelet. It doesn't cost anything more. Some places charge you per thing. So I just dump it all in the omelet.
Yeah. I'm going to pivot here for just a second because
sorry.
if we're talking about local food places, been hearing a lot. I went to a birthday party.
I know where this is going already.
On Sunday, and it was at Patty's.
Yes,
by Winnick, and I've been hearing a lot about Patty's Pizza.
Philip Anthony talks about. He's done 3 reviews on it.
I'm telling you, I've been hearing it for like the last couple of weeks. You got to go try Patty's Pizza. It's really, really good. And I thought, okay, well, we'll go, and we went to the party, and they pulled out a couple of party-sized pizzas. I grabbed a slice, and we're going, this is quite good. And so we made a beeline and ordered a pizza and brought it home. And I got to tell you, it lived up to the hype. It was
really
very, very good.
What kind of pizza did you
Just a simple pepperoni, but they use those really good pepperonis, the ones that cup and get all the fat.
Those are good. Does it like curl up on the pizza too? I like when it curls up on the pizza.
Had a good char, a good undercarriage. I'll tell you what, it was the kind of thing that I think if Portnoy went over there, he'd say, "Oh, this is quite good."
Legit. I like Casa Pizza in Ludlow, like that level of pizza. That's good. Well, I told you, next time you're coming that way, try out my boys. Try out Lanzarado's too. Try out theirs and try their wings.
Do we need to get back into this discussion?
No.
You sure?
No, I don't want any woodland creatures in this discussion.
What do you like? Put like raccoon pepperonis on your pizza?
No, Don Ho over here was raving about the Hawaiian pizza last week.
Oh my God! What? Come on.
Oh, let me guess. You're another guy who no pineapple on pizza.
I don't hate it, but I would never. But it'd be the last pizza I would order. The very last.
Says the guy who just said he's eaten squirrel.
I've eaten all kinds of different animals.
Yeah, see, this is where your credibility is lost.
I have a broad palate. There's very few things I don't like.
You have a broad palate. Have you ever had a Hawaiian pizza with ham and bacon and pineapple, and you didn't like it?
No, I didn't say I didn't like it. I like it, but I wouldn't order it. I mean, to me, there are other pizzas that are far superior.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm not again.
You guys aren't teaming up on me right now.
No, it's not. I wasn't even a part of this discussion last week. I'm just saying that if you had a pizza in the house, you ordered a pizza, you brought it home, that's what you have, and I'd eat it. I would have a slice, I would enjoy it, and that would be the end of it. But if I'm going to have if I'm jonesing for a pizza, and I say, hey, you know what I would really go for? Something with like a lot of fruit on it. That would not be my first choice.
All right. Have you ever been like, I want pizza, but I don't want something too heavy? You ever had that thought?
Sure.
So you're like, I don't want to get a combo with the pepperonis, and then my heartburn's going to be going, and sausage and hamburger and everything. So you don't want that kind of pizza.
Right.
So then you audible. You go, what am I going to do? Right? And to me, there's 2 go-tos for me. First go-to, with red sauce, I get chicken and broccoli on the pizza.
With red sauce?
With red sauce.
Okay.
Because it's light and it's good.
The red sauce, doesn't mix well with it.
Listen, I'm telling you, the other option is the Hawaiian because it's lighter than the sausage. It's not greasy.
All right.
It covers salt because of the ham and the bacon, and then it covers a little bit of sweet because of the pineapple, and then you have the actual pizza crust in the sauce.
I'll throw you a third option.
Okay.
Which I think actually is a lighter option than the 2, and it's still delicious.
What's that?
A margarita pizza.
Oh, I like a margarita pizza.
You got your basil, you got your tomatoes, you got your mozzarella.
What about the tequila though? How do you get that off of there?
You got to salt the rim.
Salt the rim.
That's it.
Yeah.
You toss back a couple of limes and you're good.
I like a good margarita pizza, like if it's done well with the problem is some of the restaurants, if you get a margarita and they don't truly do it, you don't have the fresh slices of the mozzarella, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Then you're getting a cheese pizza with some dried basil sprinkled on it.
No,
it is what it is.
I'm not usually worried about whether something is like too rich or too heavy. It's like, I that's not.
Who's rich?
I don't know. He's the guy that's making the pizza.
Oh, okay.
He's the guy pulling the dough.
There's a little too much of you in there.
Yeah, no, I got it. But no, I got it. And listen, I'm not. I'm not the kind of guy that's gonna want to punch you in the throat because you got a Hawaiian pizza for the party.
Because you believe in this country. You're American. Steve is a communist. He thinks what he decides is the rule that I should live by.
I wouldn't say he's a communist. I say he has probably more
Fascist.
of a. I would say he would have a lack of diversity in his choices.
How about a white pizza with?
Whoa!
Oh, there we go about the diversity again. There we go.
There you go.
How about a white pizza
Oh boy.
with bacon and roasted garlic cloves?
That's all?
Yeah.
That actually sounds quite good.
It's
That's not
really
bad.
good. It's
Yeah,
really good.
I would probably try that.
Yeah, that's not bad. See? You told me I have bad taste in things. Now,
about
if
this?
it was squirrel meat, hell yeah,
God.
I'd be there in a
See,
heartbeat.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You can go to Sally's Pizza, Sally's Pizza,
Oh yeah.
and they have a pizza that is white pizza, but it has potatoes on it and rosemary.
That actually sounds pretty
Actually,
good.
sounds pretty good.
It's delicious.
I haven't done it, and I really want to do it.
Yeah.
I want to go down to New Haven and have the clam pie.
This is
That
what,
means two things.
No,
Yeah.
I'm talking strictly pizza. I have not had the clam pie in it. I know it's like one of their specialties down there.
So this is what this guy's yelling at me last week about the bacon on pizza or pineapple on pizza and
Yeah.
everything. He goes, "You go to Pepe's and they're not going to put pineapple on pizza. You're going to get pepperoni and this." And I go, Pepe's got famous for the white clam pizza, which if you say that to anyone sounds disgusting. Now, I've never had it, and I can't have it now because then my joints won't work the next day. But I got to be honest, clam on a pizza does not sound great.
You know, don't knock it until you try
See,
it.
it
And now
doesn't-
you can't try it.
I would agree with you. It doesn't sound great, but there's a part of me who loves clams and mussels and all kinds of shellfish. But I would definitely try it because what the heck? Let me tell you, there's very few things that I absolutely can't do that I don't like. I just don't like them. Not a big fan.
Peppa's has got the French fries and the French fries and chicken or Peppa's Pizza over here.
In East Lombard. That's where Patty's Pizza used to be.
I did go to Pepe's. That's where you can get the slices, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, their pizza was pretty good. They did that with French fries and ranch and all that stuff on it.
Oh, yeah.
And you got the crazy. Is the Crazy Slice still open in West Springfield? He had the big giant slices of pizza.
LaCorey's.
Yeah. They had the spaghetti and meatball pizza.
Yeah,
they had
yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of interesting. Concoctions.
I want to try Patty's though because Philip Anthony, a very funny comic who's a friend of ours, he has posted 3 different reviews about Patty's on this, and he was like, "I've tried it 3 times to make sure it's that good." Now you're telling me it's that good.
You know what? I have my choices in the area that I really like, but that one, very quickly was jumped up to that level. I was very satisfied with it. Big slices too.
I like Lanzarado's, my buddy's place there. That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
I do sometimes if I can't order from him because depending on the days he's closed, I'll get Falls Pizza in Chicopee.
Yep.
They do a great job. They do a good job with all their food's actually really, really good. I remember I had this conversation with him. Have you ever had a thing in your mind for
Nope,
food?
not yet.
No, that's a good point. But have you ever had a thing in your mind for food that you want it exactly how you picture it and you can't? I've had this cold cut grinder in my head for weeks now. So I've been having cold cut grinders just about everywhere I go.
Okay.
So Valentine's Day, we ended up at Atkins. I got we got cold cut grinders, and they were delicious. But I said, this still isn't what I have in my head. Falls had a cold cut grinder that had bacon pepper jam on it, and aged balsamic and everything. It was really very good. But I was like, it's still not the
what you're looking
grinder I have in my head. and I still haven't had that grinder.
Well, we'll have to be on the lookout.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I'm starving now.
If anyone has a thing.
Absolutely starving. Thanks for nothing, guys.
Sorry.
It's 8:23 on Rock 102.
The Rock 102.
Restrictions apply.
It's 8:25 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102.
Liam has the full forecast for you.
See, now I'm getting inundated with people saying, "Oh, you got to try this place. Got to try that place."
Well, I got one of the funniest messages I've had in a while. Someone just said, "Hey, we're doing an event for the Special Olympics. It's September 13th. It's at the shortstop in the garage, the big garage area." And they sent me the flyer for it. You ready for the title of the flyer?
Okay.
Special Hole 5. So
All right.
I resisted the urge to write back, I've had Special Hole 3. I don't know what Special Hole 5 is.
It's two more.
But it's two.
It's two extra. Right.
Yeah.
It's hole 2 and hole 3. Special Hole 5, it's a cornhole tournament to benefit the Special Olympics.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And I was looking at the thing, and there's 2 simultaneous tournaments going on at once. One is for people that have disabilities, intellectual, physical disabilities. That's $20 per person. That covers a minimum of 5 games. And then there's the tournament A, which is $30 a person, and that's everyday players tournament. And that's players who play on a regular basis. So that's September 13th for your Special Hole 5.
All right.
From the Route 10 Tire listener line, Steve is the kind of guy who goes to a Chinese restaurant and gets the paper placemat with the Chinese zodiac animals and tries to order off of it.
That's great.
I'll have the year of the horse, please.
Oh, so you're the rat. Bring me your finest rat.
Yeah, your finest rat.
That's great. Our listeners, I tell you, they're pretty funny.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Someone said Sally's Beats is the best. The clam pie from Pepe's can stay at Pepe's. Listen, I'm just curious. I know it's one of their specialties. I want to at least try it.
Listen, if we want to take a field trip one of these days, fellas, we could. That's a field trip we could do, New Haven pizza field trip.
I can see Steve walking around with a big napkin tied around his neck, carving knife in one hand and a 2-tin fork in the other.
There we go.
Like the guy from the Looney Tunes. Popovers.
We got news coming up next to Rock 102. Here, 8:30 with Bax and Nagle on Rock 102. It's time for news brought to you by Aqua Pump, an expert in all water supply systems from the well to the pump and into the house. Here's local radio icon Steve Nagle.
Thanks, Bax. Ooh-fa! Springfield Mayor Dom Dom expressing disappointment after discussions were reported about relocating a major local basketball event out of the city of Springfield. Pow! In a letter sent Wednesday to the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame president and CEO John Doolevas, Sarno said he was disappointed to learn what he described as secret discussions about shifting the annual Hoop Hall Classic from Springfield to Boston. In a letter to Hall of Fame president CEO John Doolevas, Dom Dom said, I am very disappointed to have been recently made aware of secret discussions between you and the former Massachusetts Convention Center Authority Executive Director Marcel Vernon Sr. about potentially relocating the Hoop Hall tournaments from Springfield, the birthplace of basketball, to Boston. This action would have significant impact upon our local tourism revenue and its associated economic opportunities for our hotels and businesses. This seems to go directly against what we collectively working for, to promote and develop Springfield and Western Massachusetts as a visitor destination to drive economic vitality, enhance tourism, and promote the quality of life in our communities. He also mentions the Mayflower Marathon, how they screwed the pooch on that, and several other things about not wanting events here in Springfield.
You know, I was thinking about this. You know what Dom Dom should do?
What?
Because this was a shot across Dom Dom's bow, right? He's the captain of our ship. I'm the captain now, right?
Yes.
He should go right back at this Massachusetts Convention Authority. He should get his director of economic business development to get together with the folks for the Mass Mutual Center and go after some of these conventions that they're doing out in Boston and say, hey, look, you can fly into Bradley. It's 25 minutes. There's no traffic. by the way, despite what the hall says, plenty of free parking available all over Springfield. And you should move your place in here. We got plenty of stuff. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, I think they've tried to do that. Do it harder with spite. The problem you have, and this is actually true, and no one's going to want to hear this. The Mass Mutual Center is a small facility. I mean, you're not going to be able to compete against the convention centers in Boston.
You don't need to.
That are twice the size. But smaller conventions, yeah, absolutely. We should be going after that kind of business.
MGM, look, if you go to the Mass Convention Center, the Hines or whatever it is there or whatever, you're on a good day a 30-minute ride to the casino in Everett, probably, right, with traffic and all that stuff. You can you can put your convention people at the MGM in a state-of-the-art, beautiful hotel, have them walk across the street to the thing, and then, after hours, we got all these great restaurants around, and your people, if they want to gamble, can gamble, and no one even has to drive anywhere.
Yeah. No, listen, I don't disagree with you.
Right.
I mean, we should be going after that business. One of the things that I've been thinking about in this whole thing is, so the Hall of Fame, is having these private discussions,
right,
about moving the hoop hall tournaments to Boston. When there have been times where people, powerful, affluent people have gotten together to make things happen in Springfield, it's been successful.
Yeah,
and a perfectly good example of that. This is, in fact, maybe one of the best examples of this.
I know what you're going to say. I'm going to guess.
The ownership group that owns the Thunderbirds.
There you go.
I mean, when you think about it, Bruce Landon, God bless him, I think he did a tremendous job keeping hockey in Springfield for all those years. Bruce deserves every inch of credit.
Right.
But when the new ownership group took, the Falcons franchise and created the Thunderbirds, and when you look at what they have done in just 10 years, it's remarkable.
Yes.
So you can't tell me that Springfield doesn't have the kind of pockets, the kind of desire, and the kind of passion that it needs to make a great event like the Hoop Hall tournaments and turn it into something even better. When you turn your back on this community, there's a lot of deep pockets in this in the Springfield area.
Look at Judy Matt and Bright Nights.
Yeah.
Right? And the pancake breakfast and all this other stuff. There are people who get stuff done here. There are people who they set a target and they get it done. I'm telling you, these people in Boston are taking our lunch, okay? They're not eating raccoon. They're taking our good lunch.
How do you know they're not?
And I think maybe we do a collaborative effort. Maybe the folks at the Big E, you talk about convention size. The Big E can do all sorts of amazing trade shows and conventions.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Now, you can do them there. You can run a shuttle to downtown Springfield 15 minutes away, not even, 10 minutes.
Yep.
You got the casino right there. You got everything right there. Start going after some of these conventions and these trade shows.
The argument that it's about hotel rooms and playing space it is total BS. You have more than enough sufficient hotel space, and if you just got a little creative with it, you'd find enough places to play. Even if that were the case, even if you said, okay, well, maybe we need places where you can put an audience, a crowd in these places. You know what? There's enough deep pockets and enough interest to keep the Hoop Hall tournaments in town,
no doubt,
with the $12 million in revenue they bring to the city, that you could probably find someone to build a facility for basketball.
There's no doubt.
And run tournaments all year long.
Look at a guy like Bob Bolduc, right?
Great example.
Great example.
What he did with City Stage, now the Hope the Hope Center. If you haven't been in there and taken a look around to see what they do, you would be stunned by how amazing a job he's done there.
And a guy who has given back to the community.
That's my point.
Tenfold.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Bob Bolduc doesn't need the money. He doesn't have to go to City Stage and do that. You know what? Bob Bolduc loves his community, believes in the area, and he's putting his money where his mouth is. There are plenty of these people out there that are doing this.
Yeah, and it's not just the Picknelly family. There's other people that are just as passionate about keeping business and development here in Springfield. And the idea that the Hall of Fame would turn their back on all of that, suggests to me that they have very little commitment to this community.
Well, I think, and this is the thing, hopefully, and this is hopefully, we said it after like you said, they did us a favor with the Mayflower Marathon,
totally.
Right? Because MGM has been an amazing partner. I think that hopefully this is, between Dom Dom's letter and this being public, maybe it's a little bit of an embarrassment for them. Maybe they have a little mud on their face or whatever you want to say, but hopefully this is a catalyst for them. This is what it could be for them to say, you know what, they're right. We need to do more in our backyard here. And maybe they start looking that way. Maybe they start thinking about moving the enshrinement ceremonies back here and filling MGM with basketball players and making, because MGM, it may be a smaller casino than Mohegan, but it is a very, I go to all over casinos all over the country. It's a world-class facility.
They bring out quite a bit of entertainment to the area.
They really do. You got the comedy club there. Jeff Dye was there this past weekend. He sells out everywhere. He sold out. Nagle and I met. We had 7 good comedians that have performed nationally and everything else, all sitting at a table at Tap after the show, just having a drink and talking and laughing and having a great time. That is emblematic to the Springfield that we know. You know what I mean? That's the Springfield that should be. You should be able to find world-class entertainment, world-class talent, world-class casinos, everything right here.
I think one of the biggest problems we have, and this is unfortunate, and it's not accurate, but unfortunately it exists. We have this terrible inferiority complex about ourselves in Springfield. And people say, "Oh, Springfield sucks. It's violent. It's crime-ridden. There's all these problems." It's a city. You'll find those problems in any city in America. But the attitude people have about what Springfield has to offer, we overlook. And the fact of the matter is, there's a lot of going on in Springfield here that is very, very positive. And things have changed. And so people say, "Well, not enough is happening because of MGM." I've said since the beginning, if you're just going to rely on a casino to turn the fortunes of the city around, that's not going to be enough.
No.
It's everything else that spins off of that investment. And if that means putting lights above Main Street, if it means the Mass Mutual Center, if it means hockey is now thriving in Springfield in ways we never could have imagined.
Look at Nate Costa. I would move my convention here just for that jawline. That guy.
It's spectacular. There's no question about it.
I can't believe John Dolivas is trying to cross Mayor Dom Dom.
Whoa.
You got to have a big set to want to cross the mayor of Springfield.
The hood ornament on my vehicle, which is a 1978 baby blue Lincoln Mark V, by the way. White leather interior, CB radio, 8-track player.
Oh, yeah.
Playing nothing but...
and a full wet bar in the back seat.
Playing nothing but the Rat Pack on the speakers. My hood ornament is the head of a live eagle.
Which I killed with my own bare hands.
I eat my birthday cake without blowing out the candles. Do you realize who you're dealing with here? In my will, I demand that I must perform my own autopsy. No one else touches Dom Dom.
Well, listen.
For sure.
The leadership of Springfield in Mayor Dom Dom and in the business community and everything, they can really make a change here for everybody, for all the people, not just the casino, not just they can really make something happen. They just that hopefully this is a wake up call to the hall people to don't be ashamed where your home is. Your home's here. You know what I mean?
Listen, I remember when all the ceremonies were in Springfield.
Yeah.
And that was before you had a lot of development downtown.
Because basketball started here.
Basketball started here. I mean, I remember us being a really good partner of the Hall of Fame during Enshrinement Week. You're doing like red carpet type of stuff, doing community stuff where they were running basketball tournaments for kids and 3-on-3 tournaments all the time. And I remember we used to do a thing called the Lunch with the Legends where kids could get basketballs signed by Hall of Famers. You don't see that stuff anymore. They don't do it.
Well,
they have completely, for all the times they say, "Oh, we do so much for the community." Show me where.
Right.
Show me something that's significant over the last 15 years.
They did a DA's breakfast for the kids. It's pretty good. They put a good spread out. I'm just saying it was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, you know what? How about more of that?
Okay. Yeah. Well, how about this too? For those of you who remember, UMass, right? So Connecticut is saying they're the home of basketball now. That's like their new thing. Capital of basketball because of UConn. First of all, Connecticut. All right, who are you fooling? You don't got a pro. You can't. Other than the yard goats, you lost your hockey team. You tried to get the Patriots, which was hilarious. You didn't. All right. No offense against Connecticut. I like UConn. I like UConn basketball. But Massachusetts is the birthplace of basketball, right? And at one point, when John Calipari was at UMass, that place was filled every single game just like Gamble Pavilion was back in the day. Yeah. We could do that again. UMass just got to get on the stick. They got to get a good, solid coach with some good, solid recruiting and make some things happen.
UMass as a whole has scaled back on athletic programs on every campus around the state. So the investment for them has not been worth it. They haven't really committed to that.
Yeah, well.
When I was in kindergarten, I played Duck, Duck, Goose. Only one kid made it to the first grade. Me. Your Pioneer Valley forecast today is going to be a mix of sun and clouds with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It's 30 right now in downtown Springfield. I'm Steve Nagle, and that's the news on Rock 102. Oh, yeah.
Rock 102, Springfield's Classic Rock. 8:49 at Rock 102.
Mix of sun and clouds today with a high of 38. Tomorrow, sunny with a high of 41. It is 30 right now in downtown Springfield.
Comedian Marty Caproni is in the studio where we got the $20 dinner at a comedy show tonight. Going to be a big night of laughs.
Yeah, we're hoping everyone is tired of being cooped up all week with the snow and everything else, and we're thinking, hey, it's Thursday. Reserve right now. Message Nagle right now. Say, hey, we're coming. I got this many people. You get the $20 price, or you can show up at the door. It's $25, but it's silly not to. You can also pay.
We just sold 2 more. There you go. Boom, boom, boom,
boom, boom, boom. So we're climbing up, and we're trying to get some people in there. So it seems like we're moving in the right direction. So if you're sitting there at work or you're at your job site or whatever, you're like, what are we going to do tonight? Why would you cook? Why would you bother? It's an hour early, by the way. So doors open at 6. Dinner comes out around 6:30. Show starts at 7. We get you out of there before 8:30. You can be home in bed before 9.
Perfect night.
It really is.
Planned night.
Yeah.
You know what kills me is every time we do the show, like last week, the people are leaving. They're like, "This is unbelievable. This was so great. This is so." I'm like, "Well, tell your friends. We got to make sure we keep bringing the crowds in.
Keep bringing them out. Man.
Yeah,
that's the name of the game.
Yeah,
keep the people coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
And satisfied. Everybody's satisfied when they leave. I don't think I've ever heard anybody go, "Oh, that was a horrible show."
No, you had that one show that you weren't crazy about or whatever.
That people still said they liked.
People still liked it. So what are you going to do?
You're too critical.
No, I think, look, I think some shows are 9s and 10s, and sometimes you have a show that's a 6 and a 7, and it is what it is. But the thing is, even if you had one of those shows, you're getting dinner for $20.
Yeah, and again,
you can't go to Subway. By the time they turn that little thing around, they go, "Let's gonna ask you a few questions," and you have to tip them for your sub and everything else. It's over $20 to go in there and get a sandwich, a soda, and a drink,
totally,
and chips.
Yeah, what's gonna be more fun? Going to a comedy show or sitting around the house trying to figure out what you want to watch on Hulu?
Right.
Well, here's some breaking news to take us away from all this comedy show talk. After more than 6 decades of cleaning up messes, Mr. Clean is retiring. In a Thursday, February 18th news conference, Mr. Clean announced that he was hanging up his whites, which sounds like a weird choice of words.
Is he going to wear more earth tones now, or what's he doing?
Well, he's taking some much-needed time off. After a career with 0 stains on the record, he's ready for new adventures, an announcer can be heard saying. But don't worry, his products will still continue to be available to support all your cleaning needs.
This is like when they took Aunt Jemima off the market. They forced her into an early retirement.
Yeah, Uncle Ben, too. They did the same thing with him.
Introduced in 1958, Mr. Clean, whose first name is Vertibly.
What?
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a real guy, by the way. I thought Mr. Clean was just a cartoon on the bottle. Am I the only one?
I guess he's real to them.
Well,
he was immediately beloved by families everywhere, quickly becoming synonymous with cleaning power. His famous jingle was released a year later in 1959. Mr. Clean's retirement, according to Procter & Gamble, is tied to an announcement coming March 4th. The rumors are true. I'm retiring and saying goodbye to the world of cleaning to pursue new hobbies, Mr. Clean said in a statement. You can call me Vertibly now. No changes are being made to our packaging or our brand name, but I've earned a little time off. More details to come.
You know what I don't understand? These corporate changes where mascots are being cut. When's the last time you saw a Ronald McDonald commercial?
Great point.
Ronald McDonald is probably standing outside some sort of shopping mall, with a cardboard box, with some words written on it.
HJs
no more,
for quarter pounders.
No more Happy Meals for this clown. Like that. I mean, what's he doing? Grimace Hamburglar? Those guys haven't worked in years.
Did you just hear what he said?
I saw what he said.
Why? You don't think he likes a good quarter pounder with cheese?
All right. I think one of the things about Ronald McDonald is, as a mascot goes, he's pretty creepy.
I mean, do you know how much a quarter pounder is these days, Marty? For one HJ, you could get one.
Over the pants.
I don't think Ronald is nearly as creepy as the Burger King. The Burger King that made everybody uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I think that was part of the thing with the Burger King. They embraced that.
Mm-hmm.
I think poor Ronald McDonald, it's just society. I think it's like something like 20% or 30% of people have a terrifying phobia of clowns. Did you know this?
Yes.
You could probably ask AI to tell you what the percentages are. But obviously that makes a big difference if your mascot's a clown and 20 or 30% of the population are terrified of it.
That's because of, what did you say? Was it because when did people become a mainstream fear of clowns? Pennywise?
I was going to say, I bet you can trace it back to Stephen King and It.
I don't know.
What it's worth.
I don't know,
I
man.
still like a good clown.
Yeah, well, it's like Pet Cemetery. So most people are terrified of that, but you got hungry.
My parents hired John Wayne to be our birthday clown when I was a kid.
No.
Never saw the guy ever again.
John Wayne Gacy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy. Sure.
all my friends, I never heard from him ever again.
I thought you meant the racist cowboy. I didn't
No, come on. That guy's a jerk.
Yeah.
This guy's a great clown. I just wouldn't go to his crawl space to help him pull out like balloons or anything like that.
Yeah. He didn't like me for some reason.
Really? Yeah. Really? We're his type?
All the other kids. He took them home with him. Okay. All right. Well, $20 dinner to Cabin Show tonight over at the Shortstop. That's all we got.
It's 8:56.